You are welcome to my channel. Homeless girl helped a stranger, then everything changed. Downtown was quiet that evening, too quiet. Slush covered the sidewalks, and people moved quickly, their eyes focused straight ahead. On the corner of the street, beneath a flickering streetlight, sat a girl wrapped in a threadbare blanket. Her name was Lena, and this corner was the closest thing she had to home. At 17, Lena had already seen more loss than most do in a lifetime. Just a year earlier, her life looked normal. School days, weekend movie nights with her mom, and plans for college. Then came the chain reaction that destroyed everything. Her father fell sick and was taken to the hospital. Her mother, unable to cope with the grief and financial pressure, spiraled into severe depression. She started drinking. Then disappearing. One day, she left and never came back. Evicted, alone, no family, no help, Lena bounced between shelters and group homes before finally deciding she was safer on her own. She didn't beg, she didn't steal. She just survived, quietly. She read old newspapers, wrote in a beat-up journal, and clung to her dreams, even if they now felt impossibly far away. That night, she was trying to warm her hands over a bakery vent when she saw him. A man in a sleek black coat, walking quickly down the opposite side of the street. He looked well off, maybe in his 40s. Definitely not someone who belonged in this part of town after dark. He slowed. Then he stumbled. His steps became erratic. And then he collapsed. People paused but didn't stop. One woman even crossed the street to avoid him. Lena didn't hesitate. She jumped up, her blanket falling to the ground, and rushed to his side. His breathing was shallow. His face pale. "Sir," she whispered, gently shaking his shoulder. His eyes fluttered open and he managed to say some words. "I need insulin. My pump is not working," he gasped. Lena's heart pounded. She didn't fully understand diabetes, but she'd read enough to know this was an emergency. She looked around. Still, no one came to help. She remembered a pharmacy a few blocks away. Without thinking, Lena sprinted. Her boots were worn through at the soles, and the cold stabbed her feet, but she didn't stop. Inside the pharmacy, she burst through the door. "Please." A man's collapsed. "He needs insulin, fast." The pharmacist hesitated. She looked disheveled, possibly unstable. "Do you have money?" "No," she cried. "But he's not in a good condition." Something in her voice cracked through the man's hesitation. He grabbed an emergency insulin pen, dialed for an ambulance, and followed her out. When they reached the man, he was unconscious. The pharmacist administered the dose while Lena held his hand and begged him to wake up. The ambulance arrived minutes later. As the paramedics took over, Lena quietly backed away. She didn't wait for thanks. She just picked up her blanket and disappeared into the alley shadows. 3 days later, the man woke up in a private hospital suite. His name was Eli Turner. A globally renowned tech investor and philanthropist. His personal assistant was around and filled him in. "You went down near 7th and Maple. Some girl saved you. We don't know who she is. But Eli did." He remembered her eyes. Wide, honest, scared, and her voice, trembling with urgency. What no one knew was why Eli had been in that neighborhood. Though he was successful and had built an empire, Eli Turner had a humble beginning. Raised in foster homes, he'd clawed his way out of poverty. Now, he quietly supported youth shelters and mental health programs in struggling areas, including the one near 7th and Maple. That night, he had gone alone to visit one of the centers he funded. He didn't want his staff or cameras. He wanted to see. But in his rush, he'd skipped a meal, ignored his glucose alerts, and left his backup bag in the car. He was there to help the broken, and instead, one of them saved him. He couldn't stop thinking about her. Who was she? Why didn't she ask for anything? He launched a quiet citywide search. Flyers. Social workers. Volunteers. After a week, a bakery owner recognized the girl from the corner. They found Lena sleeping in the back of a bus terminal, using her backpack as a pillow. When his team approached, she flinched. "Am I in trouble?" "No," Eli said, kneeling beside her. "You saved my life. Now I want to change yours." What followed felt like something out of a novel. Lena was given a safe place to live. She was provided with new clothes. A tutor was assigned to her. She went through therapy. And above all, she had a second chance. Thereafter, she finished high school with honors and later earned a journalism degree. She didn't stop there. Lena went on to create the Horizon Project, a global initiative that mentors homeless and at-risk teens through writing and storytelling, teaching them that their voices matter. Her first book, Sidewalks and Second Chances, became a bestseller and inspired millions. But whenever she was interviewed, Lena always returned to that night. "I had nothing," she'd say. "No food, no coat, but I still had one thing left. The choice to care. And that saved his life. But in a way, it saved mine too." Lesson of the story. You don't need a title, a home, or a dollar in your pocket to be someone's miracle. Lena had nothing, but she acted with compassion when the world kept walking. Her kindness rewrote her story. Sometimes, all it takes is one selfless moment to unlock a future you never saw coming. Thank you very much for watching. Please, kindly leave your comments and subscribe to my channel for more stories.